First met Dick probably at Beechwood when they were building it. I think it was in the 60s, I believe. I'm not too sure. But I was trying to sell him. We were Vereen's turf center, and we were trying to sell him the lime and fertilizer to go on the golf course. You know, and of course, I think it's the first time I met him. Uh, I knew him more when he was at Eagle's Nest, and he was building Eagle's Nest. And when he was building Eagle's Nest, I come out there and I was trying to sell him the lime and fertilizer going to the golf course, you know. And he said, well, here's the thing about it is, he said, I want you to make sure that I don't mind you making a profit, but just don't steal from me. I said, I said, you ain't got to worry about that. I'm not going to steal from you, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's basically how I got to know him in the long years ago, 30, 40 years ago. Dick and I go way back, and I used to enjoy. I used to be at the store a lot, and I'm there some now. But Dick would come by, and we'd sit down and talk. You know what I'm about? And he would. I think Dick came off of a farm long years ago, and me and him could relate because I grew up on a farm. You know what I mean? And there's one saying he always said. He said, "Man, I used to pick cotton," but he said, "Now I pick Yankees." I thought it was pretty nice. And he didn't mean no harm by it. He was just making a joke about it. But Dick come to the office and we talk a lot, you know what I mean? And we had 90 had a drain line up under it made back when the highway was made, and it was about 2 foot around. And so we had it might have been Floyd, but it was a hurricane that dumped a lot of water. And our warehouses are behind the store, and it was waist deep in them warehouses because that water couldn't get under that highway because it had a 2 foot drain. It needed about a 4 or 6 foot. So my wife, and she called Dick, you know, to come out there. And so Dick came out there. He said, well, they won't never cut 90 in two, you know, to put a bigger drain in. But anyway, a little later they cut it in, and Nixonville, farther down the road, they cut it in two. So she said, Dick, look at it, cut it in two down there. He says, why can't we cut it in two here? So old Dick went to work, and we got it cut in two, and he put the big drain in it, and it worked out real well. We haven't had that flood anymore, and it cost us a lot because all that material and stuff back there got wet, and we had to eliminate it. But he helped us out a lot, you know what I mean? And Dick's always been. The biggest problem was I was always a conservative, and I usually vote conservative, you know what I mean? But Dick caused a problem. He run on the Democratic ticket. So what we'd have to do is cross over to, you know, to vote for Dick, because there ain't nobody no more conservative than Dick, you know what I mean? But he ran on a Democratic ticket, so we'd always had to do the ones over here. We had to vote a split ticket. It caused me a lot of trouble, and I tried to get him to switch, but he wouldn't do it. But I understand. I had no problems with it. But when he always called you, he wanted the price. You know what I mean? So you could give him, say, well, you know, it's Dick. He'd call him back. I'd call him back. He said, I want a price on certain. You know what I mean? And he would go, I said, well, it's for Dick. You know, we're going to have to get it down cheap, you know, because he don't want you to make no money amount to anything, just a little bit. That's all he wanted you to make, you know what I mean? Which is fine. I had no problems. I'm about as conservative as he is. But anyway, we'd always had to have a special price for Dick. And then he'd always Jew a little bit out of that. So we knew that he was all right then. We made a little bit of money, but not a whole lot off of Dick, because he was always that, I'll use the word tight. You know what I mean? And conservative I like better. But anyway, that's the way we had to deal with Dick when it comes to, and it still do, in fact, you know what I mean? Because he always wants that special price. And we always tried to look out for people, and we did, because he had looked out for us, like cutting the highway and stuff, and he's done a lot of things good for the people. And I just like Dick, you know what I mean? That's all there was to it. I mean, you know, I don't know anything negative about Dick. He was always very positive to me. And I just liked him as a person, you know what I mean? I sit down and talk with him. We talk about the good old days, which they was compared to today. But basically, that's my biggest dealings and stuff I had with Dick, and I still do. Like I say, and I still enjoy talking to him. Of course, then I got to know Rick, and Rick's all right too. But basically, that's about the most I know. There might be something I'm forgetting, but I just know that he was good to me, and I'd go to bat for him. If he needed me now, I'd go to him. That's all I can say, because he was real good and fair to me, and I was to him, and that virtue was very good between us as a friend. And I like friend better than I do making money. I'd rather have his friendship than his money, and yours too, as far as that goes, because it goes a lot farther. Dick did a lot of things, a lot of small things that people wouldn't even notice, you know what I mean, that he did. But Dick was always involved in the community, and if there was a thing, a concern going on with roads or whatever, he was always there. I saw him in Loris one day at a meeting over there on, I forgot what it was, but he was there, you know, and he was there, and he did a lot of things that people, little things that people don't even know what he did, you know what I mean? But I noticed with Dick, he was always for the betterment of the people and better for the community and for the county and district or whatever, you know. But Dick did a lot of things that he's not even recognized for, that I know about, and I can't think of all of them, but I know that he did respond. Like I say, when my wife called, he responded, and he would. I know he responded to other people that had problems. Anybody had any problems, they could call Dick, and they'd get an answer. You know what I mean? They wouldn't get a runaround. And basically, like I say, he did a lot of things in his tender as senator that you can't even name all of them. There's so many, you know what I mean? But I don't know of any negatives. All of them are positive.